Making a Get Out video for someone who didn't even get to finish the ride feels uncalled for. Honestly, I'm half convinced Warner Brothers ripped the entire Nemesis system straight from Cameron Rising's seemingly never-ending saga with the injury bug. Except in this version, the orcs always win. This man has been in college longer than some tenured professors. He's survived 2 presidential elections, a biblical flood of NCAA rule changes, and more Big 12 conference implosions than you can count. And through it all, he kept coming back like a sequel nobody asked for, but we all kinda loved anyway, only to end up back in the medical tent yet again. So for a moment, grab your ice packs because we have to figure out how we got here. Redshirted because he was a freshman and Texas football was a flaming brisket. Redshirted because this was back when the transfer portal had actual rules and regulations. At long last, year 3 is here. While it took you this long to get to this position, you're finally here where you can play football. So how long did that last? 6 pass attempts. Thanks to Charlie Brewer playing quarterback like he just transferred from the Shanghai Sharks B squad, congratulations, you're the starter again. Most teams didn't see your potential because every time you touch grass, your skeleton treated it like a self-destruct button. But hey, you actually made it through the 2021 season in one piece. Right? Now that Rising's made his triumphant return from his secondary home, Utah transformed into a full-blown Pac-12 powerhouse, and as a bonus, Lincoln Riley's official daddy-in-law. The football gods finally took mercy and decided, you know what, let's not break him this year. I mean, just look at the hit he took here. This is the kind of hit that could have moved Desmond Watson an inch or two. At this point, I'm fully convinced he's protected in that he won't face another game of... Year 8, I think. At this point, Rising's been in college football longer than your average PhD student and has collected more medical red shirts than Utah's Pac-12 titles. So now, he's transitioned to the Big 12, because the Pac-12 went like dinosaurs and vanished off the face of the earth. It feels safe to say that this will finally be the year that he gets to play a full seat. But do not worry, he's not out for the entire year. Give him some weeks and he'll be back in full double. What kind of personal vendetta does the injury bug have against you, Cam? Is this the expectation for graduating from the Tua Tagovailoa School of Strength and Conditioning, where every ligament comes with an expiration date? After getting body slammed by fate more times than a WWE Extra, it feels inevitable that sooner or later, you'll be tagged out for good. And now, here we are. Retirement. Not by choice, but because your team and doctors stage an intervention. If it were up to him, he'd be pulling a full Tyler Shuck, suiting up until someone finally drafted him. But alas, like ref ball, life remains undefeated, and completely unfair. Still, he led Utah to some of their most memorable seasons ever. He made them back-to-back champions of the Pac-12 and Miami was still trying to win the ACC once. The only thing separating Rising from the NFL was a medical chart that reads like Will Muschamp's coaching record. But the story doesn't end with a limp. His high school alma mater saw a future OC in him and wisely snatched him up. Give it a few years, and he's probably the heir for when Kyle Whittingham decides to swap the headset for a hammock. So here's to you, Cam. May the playbook be crisp, your quarterback's unbroken, and your time on the field be remembered for that 2-point conversion against USC. And hey, silver lining? At least you're not Akron. They've managed to tap out before college football chaos starts in an act of literal stupidity. Get out!
Take out of the I formation, flip to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Thomas Yasmin, the former rugby player from Australia.